Welcome to another episode of Talking with WIT, Kevin and Son, and the people you should know. This episode is brought to you by RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast Network. Through the power of your story, our mission is to uplift your voice, inspire, share stories and experiences and perspectives using the framework of teaching, learning, and modeling. Our purpose is very simple, folks. It's hope, helping other people every single day. Now, this is one of our very special episodes. We talk about the secrets out of people's success. And whenever people that are successful, their objectives, successful people create a framework around their day-to-day life that enhances their lives, and sometimes they pour into others. This podcast today will reveal the secrets of a highly effective person and their life. Today's guest is not only very impressive with the product that she has created, but she is only 16. You're going to be totally wild when you hear her story. She will not only will she share her story with you, she'll share with you simple and doable steps as to how to turn a small idea into the next must-have product. Today's guest is a high school junior at Episcopal Academy here in Pennsylvania. She has a passion for exploring an intersection technology and creating art to create an innovative product that not only will address a societal need, but would also change the way that we communicate and keep in touch with people. She has designed a wonderful product. And like I said, you heard me, she is 16. Our guest is not waiting to become an adult to chase her life's dream. She believes that dreams start where you are right now. And with that said, we've got three things we're going to learn today. We're going to hear her story. We're going to talk about the product she created. And if you stay around long enough from a 16-year-old, she's going to share the secrets to her success. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin McLemore. I'm the show host of Talking with Kevin and Son. I'm a three-time published author, actually four, speaker, and I'm excited to welcome Ritvika Nandan, Nadan. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fine. You know, I Googled your name today, and I was very impressed with the meaning. I think the interpretation is that you're the gifted one. Is that the interpretation of your name?
Yeah, I think that's what it means. Yeah.
All right. Well, how are you doing today? At 16 years of age, most 16-year-olds don't even have a letter of recommendation. You have already started to create your own bio. Tell us about you yourself. Let our audience get to know who you are before we get into this wonderful product that I personally call Find Me Now. You call it Rescue, RESQ, and we'll talk about that product. But I like for our audience to get to know you, the new entrepreneur.
Hello everyone. My name is Ritvika Nandan. I am 16. I'm a rising senior, and I would say honestly that I am like most 16-year-olds. I worry about all the things that a 16-year-old would worry about. But I do also happen to have this product, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
Now, I've known you for a couple of years. This is a personal connection, a personal story. Um, I've been at the very beginning. I think I was at the very beginning when the product was first created, and we had conversations, and we had a lot to do. 16 years old, impressive. You have a design patent on a product that you've created. A 16-year old, how do you even think about filing for a patent, whatever? Tell us about the concept of how you created this idea and walk us through the process of how you got a patent on this.
So, I mean, I was just thinking that technology is so advanced these days. It's so easy to track a person and find a person, but it also has some limitations because with a lot of these tracking devices or apps, you can't control who's tracking you and when they're tracking you. And especially if it's a tracking app, you have to, be able to pull out your phone and turn it on. So I just thought there needs to be a way to uh, discreetly tell people where you are. And I also wanted the user to have more control over the product. So I created this so that you can control who tracks you and when they track you. And you can also discreetly do it so that if you're not in a position to pull out your phone, you can just press the button on the back of the net. It's disguised as a pendant. So you just press the button on the back of the pendant and it pairs to your iPhone and it sends a text message alert to whoever you choose of your location. So I brought this idea to my mom, who is an engineer, and she set me up with design teams and marketing teams, and we all worked together to create this product. And my mom really was extremely helpful in bringing this product to life because she helped me find the resources and she helped me find the teams and she helped me reach out to people and she helped me especially the process of getting the design patent.
Well, one of the things I've always said is that no one can do this one thing that we call life alone. And I want to make sure that we're clear on this, especially with this product. When we say that have the conversation of tracking, this is not a tracking device. You know, one of the things that I want to make sure we have clear is that this is one of those items that in the event that you are in a situation that where you may be lost, you may be in a position where you do not have cell phone service and your car may break down, or you may be hiking out someplace and you need someone to come and get you if there's a slip, fall, or whatever. Or if the worst case scenario, you may end up in a situation that compromises your safety itself. It is not a tracking device. Basically, what the device rescue is basically you click on it one time. You have a built-in infrastructure of a people that has to be notified of where your location is. And within 24 hours, it will let you know exactly where that person is. So it's not a tracker. So if someone is trying to, keep a tab on girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever, this is not that device. This is a location device. And in the event that you are in a compromising position and you need help beyond your inner circle, you double click on the device and it will locate the authorities. You have 24 hours, from what I understand, in order to make the connection. Please correct me.
Yes, so it tracks from the time you press the button to up to 24 hours after you press it. It tracks your movements.
Okay. Now, what was the motivation for you having this? I know at 16 years of age, um, I've had kids, and I know my children have taken a lot more risks than I took when I was 16. It's a whole different generation. Because of technology, you guys were exposed to a lot more things than I can ever. I have no idea how to use social media. But I do know as a parent, we are concerned. And the reason why I got excited about this product, and I said, one, I've got a good friend, Bernadette Folker, over at QVC, that I'm going to introduce this product, is because it is a delicate piece of jewelry. Behind it, it is a double click button that is almost like a panic button. But we know your parents don't want to keep an eye on you. They want you to have your independence, but they also want to make sure that you are safe. So who is this product for?
It's definitely for it's for anyone honestly, but our target market is definitely younger women or women who are living alone for the first time or who commute to work or who have a social life at night and they go out at night. It's honestly just a way for people to feel safer doing things they usually do.
How difficult was this process? And I mean, this didn't happen overnight. From actual conversation of having this idea with your mom. And I like for you to go ahead and share that experience because a lot of times our young people share ideas with adults and they're dismissed. But you don't come from that type of family. Your family actually took the conversation and they took you to they helped with the next step. Walk us through that process of how you came up and how you created the conversation to the point where we actually have a product that's in a box and ready to be sold, which we'll talk about how to have access to that later on.
So I was just having a conversation with my mom and I just kind of brought it up and she said this is actually a really good idea. You need to look into getting this started. And you're right. My mom actually was extremely helpful and she did not just dismiss this idea. She basically told me that this was a great idea and it could save many lives. And honestly, we just kind of went from there. And it definitely did not happen overnight. There were so many setbacks, but we just kind of pushed through. And that's why we are where we are today with the product.
You ever get to the point that you went through so many product samples and you just said it's just not worth the time, or how did that happen? Because most people quit before they begin.
I mean, there were definitely days where I wanted to give up because it was just getting so overwhelming and difficult. But this was not something I actually wanted to give up on. I really wanted to continue with this and I really wanted to make it happen. So I would just say that I was just so driven to bring this product to life that even on the days where I felt like I wanted to just be done with this, I just kind of pushed through, even though it was difficult.
Now, at 16 years of age, you do know once we release this video and we share it with your friends, um, just like anything else in life, you're going to have some people that are going to celebrate your success. You're going to have some people that are going to want to attach themselves to your success and kind of drain you for as long as they possibly can. And you're going to have some people, I think the word that you young people use today, are going to hate on your success. I always ask adults, you're the first young person that I've ever asked, are you prepared to be successful?
I think so. Yeah.
All
I
right,
would.
because you do know there are going to be some people that are going to say, well, the only reason this is done well, because your mom and dad, your mom's an engineer and your dad gave you support. Well, I'm going to say this, and this is the same conversation I had with when they were talking about LeBron James and his son being on his team. We're supposed to do this for our children. Nepotism is reality. There's not a person or family that has not recommended someone to give someone one leg up. But I do know that young people can be cruel. All right. Um, and I want to protect you from that. And the reason why I say I'm going to protect you from that, I'm going to say it because I don't want you to say it, is that if you think that you want to say something negative about this young lady, I'm going to ask you to keep it to yourself because this product has an opportunity to basically change the lives of many people. It may even change the lives of one of those people that may get themselves into a situation where they're out. They may have one too many drinks, or they may lose control of their car and they have no idea. And I call it Find Me Now because it's basically once you click on it, they know exactly where you're at. And so I'm going to say that for you. But I'm also going to say to yourself that at 16 years old, your mother and your father are going to be working for you. How's that feel to be CEO of a company?
Oh, it's honestly surreal. Like I never imagined that this would happen.
Why not?
I mean, it's honestly, when I first started, I think I was just taking it one step at a time, that it's just amazing to me that we got here and I'm just so excited.
All right. Well, before we go into the second half of this interview, um, let's talk about how do people learn more about this product? Because I'm going to ask you in the second half of this interview to actually walk us through the whole what do you get when you get to the product, and what do you do once you have the product out of the box? What are the key steps? I'm going to ask you what to walk us through that. But the one thing I want to ask you, because we're all inspired by someone, someone has mentored us, or we have a certain quote. Who's the person that inspires you at 16 years of age? And you're going to have many people that are going to be an influence. Who are the people that influence you and why?
I would say definitely my mom. Even though we do fight a lot, we do have the typical teen parent relationship, but I would say that she is one of my biggest inspirations. Every time I felt tired or overwhelmed or wanted to give up, she's always just pushed me to be the best version of myself. And she's always pushed me beyond what I thought I was capable of. And she's honestly the reason that I am so motivated today is because she always told me that if you don't put in the hard work, you're not going to get the outcomes that you want to get.
Those are true words. It sounds like your mom is a wonderful person. Matter of fact, I know her personally, so I'm talking like I don't even know her. She is a one. You got great parents. Um, how do people get in touch with you, and how do they learn more about the product? Do you have a website?
Yes, we do have a website. It's www.resqjewelry.com, capital R. And I also have a personal Gmail. It's ritvika.nandan@gmail.com.
You want to spell that for people so they'll know how to do it?
It's ritvika.nandan@gmail.com.
All right. So now we know your story. Now we know you are an official entrepreneur. I'm not going to ask you details about how much you've invested in this, how many nights of sleep that you've lost over this. Are you excited to be going to the next step? Because this show is the first conversation you have, and this is your maiden voyage. This is the launch of your product. Are you excited?
So excited, yeah.
All right. So walk me through the steps of I've just ordered your product. I've just taken it out of the box. What am I going to find once I get in the box? I open the box.
So once you open the box, there's going to be a bag, and that bag is going to have the necklace inside of it. And then the box also comes with this instruction card, and it comes with a QR code to the App Store to download the app to sync it. But if that doesn't work, there's also a link to the website right next to it. And you pair this necklace to your phone and you choose up to the 10 people that you want to be alerted if you ever needed to press this button. And then once you press the button, it should send a message alert to whoever you choose.
All right. So you pick 10 people that have a very high to call to action notice. And those 10 people know if they get a notice from you, what does it say when I'm receiving it? If I'm just saying I could be on that list. If I receive a notice, what does it say to me?
So it's basically just going to say this person has pressed their button, and then in the text message, it will actually have a link. And if you click on that link, it will take you to a map that shows their movements from the time they press the button.
And my responsibility at that point is not to ignore the notification, is to go to that location and find you now.
Yeah.
You do know I like that. Find me now. And the reason why when I Google that, a clothing company comes up, but find me now is an action word that should be described to this product. What's the battery life on this product?
It has a reusable battery, but the battery life is very long. It should be almost a year.
Okay. And is it easier to be replaceable or is it chargeable?
It's replaceable.
It's replaceable. And do I need to take it to a jeweler to have it? Because it is a piece of jewelry. It's a precious metal. It's not gold or silver. It is metal. So do I need to take it to a jeweler or can I do it to myself?
You can do it yourself.
And what kind of battery does it need?
I think it needs alkaline batteries.
Okay. Real quick question. I was looking at the instructions. There's a subscription on it. Why do I need this subscription?
You need the subscription so that you can pair the app to you can pair the jewelry to the app.
Okay, and the subscription allows you to have access to the database in order for the technology to keep you connected to the person. Am I correct?
Yes.
And it's just under $10. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right. And I know it's a piece of jewelry now, and we've had this conversation off air. Who's the product for again?
It's for everyone, but it's marketed towards younger women living alone.
Will there be a product that will become more um, unisex or universal? And the reason why I'm asking this because we live in like questionable times where that we have systems that are dividing each group, and there are some people that have biases towards groups. Um, and I would like to see it safe for everyone, especially I've got male children and they were young itself. Um, are we going to have products that's going to be more universal coming down the pipeline?
Yes, definitely. We are working on improving the design and making it available for all people.
Right. How many different styles do we have in this one, or how many color waves do we have?
So right now we have this pendant and we also have it in bracelet form. We have 5 colors. We have gold, silver, rose gold, black, and blue.
Right. And they can get this on your website, correct? Right now, how long would it take from the time that I order the product to the time I receive it? Do you know?
I think it should take maybe about a a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks, just so we can ship it out.
Okay, about 5 business days. So that is excellent. Are you prepared to be successful?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Going through this process, and this is personal. This is something I want to know. I don't care. My listeners may not want to know this. What advice would you give? Because now I want to know your secrets to your success to another 16-year-old young man or woman trying to find themselves, trying to navigate their independence, because you're about to start driving, I believe. And I've always said in my speech, the first sign of becoming independent is when you can start making decisions, and that's when you get a driver's license. You are now at that point. What advice going through this process that you're going through and being a 16-year-old entrepreneur? What advice would you give to another 16-year-old person, male or female or indifferent, trying to find themselves right now?
I would say just this sounds kind of cliche, but definitely just be yourself because everybody is, and I also am guilty of this. Everybody's always, especially at this age, constantly worrying about what other people are going to think of them. So I would honestly say my biggest piece of advice is just stop worrying about that because once you stop worrying about that, you'll be able to find who you actually are.
Yeah, that is some great advice. That is great. So again, how do we get in touch with you? How do we order the product? And I forgot to ask you, what's the price of the product?
The product is 149 and then the monthly subscription is 999.
And how do they get the product? They go to your website, Instagram.
There's a website, www.capitalresqjewelry.com, and that's where you can get the product.
All right. Well, Ms. Nandan, I am going to do something very special. Beginning of this year, 2024, I am surrounded by a group of very successful and highly motivated people. And I wanted to know their secrets to their success. And I've created a list of people, not of success when it talks about their bank account. I'm talking about what they add to people, because this show is all about people that you should know. And now everyone's going to know you. I want to add you with your permission to that list. But the responsibility of that list, I want you to share with us in this audience your secrets to your success. And this list is probably going to grow as you get older.
My secrets to my success, I would honestly say just keep pushing, even if you want to give up. Just keep going. Because if you give up, then you'll never know if you are actually capable of it.
All right. So believe in yourself. Don't give up on yourself. I would say bet on you and be the best version of you. And that's your secret to your success. Anything you want to ask me?
Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of questions.
All right. You probably at some point are going to want to have your own podcast, and I'm going to suggest that you probably do that and be able to tie in conversations with young women and men to find out why it's important for someone to know. Because right now, everyone's trying to be independent. But when we get in trouble, we always wish that there was someone to help us get out of trouble. This product is a wonderful product. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to young 16-year-old entrepreneur, Miss Nandan Ritvika. She is a wonderful scholar student. She holds a design patent on a functional piece of jewelry that allows you that in the event that you're in a compromising situation that you need help. And this could be, I mean, matter of fact, I know a lot of people that go skiing that get stuck on places. Friends that are hiking that get stuck and need to be located because sometimes we don't get cell signals. Again, tell us a little bit more about this product and how you can get the product.
So you can buy the product, as I said, on rescuejewelry.com. Um, and right now we have just the website. We are working on social media pages. Um, but yeah, the website is the main way of purchasing it for now.
So I've asked this of 99, maybe 98% of every guest that's been on here. If you had one ask, or one dream that could come true, and that someone can help you. And the reason why I'm asking this, since the concept of this podcast and RMK Productions and the 10 United Podcast Network, I've had 5 people that someone has listened to this podcast or listened to an episode that has helped someone make their dream come true. Now, the reason why I do this because I'm surrounded by a group of people that have a high call to action, and this is one thing I'm going to advise you with you being successful. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that believe in you and support you. Only employ people that show up every single day that want to support you and make your company successful. And you show up every single day as an employer to make your people that you work with appreciate it, acknowledge, appreciate it, and also equally successful as a business owner. But my friends, which you are one of those friends at 16 years of age, they don't drive by an accident. They stop to help. So I want you to take a couple minutes and I want you to think if you had one dream or one wish that could come true, I don't care what it is, what would that ask be?
Ooh, um, gosh, there's so many things. I would honestly just say that everybody could be just a little kinder and help each other out. Like you said, if somebody's in an accident, more people would pull over to help, you know?
Believe it or not, that's a big ask to ask people to be universally kind to someone. We live in a society that's so offended that we walk around offended. That from a 16-year-old, ladies and gentlemen, learn because you know what they say from the mouth of babes. All right. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. We're talking to entrepreneur, Miss Noonan, and I'm going to call you Miss Noonan because you are now a CEO of your own company. Got your mom and dad working on you to be productive. I know you're going to bring your brother into the business because he's part of the fold too, and probably some of your closest friends will be out there working for you, marketing. This is the beginning of the next big thing. And I'm sure that when I talk to Bernadette over at QVC, she's going to agree with the same thing. The product, you go to the website, www uppercase RESQ jewelry.com. If you want to interview Ms. Nandan, you can also reach her on through her social media. Now, I do want to say this as a disclaimer 16 years old, if you do not have good intentions, when you reach out to contact this young lady, I'm going to ask you to be brave enough and to be smart enough. Don't bother. Don't waste her time. This is a person that's trying to make a difference in the world. Her one ask was for the rest of the world to be kind. If you're a deviant, I'm going to say this is not a conversation that needs to be had between you and this young lady. If you're someone that wants to help market and develop her product and add to her instead of adding to your bank account, then come through me and her family. All right. We're there set up to protect her. Again, how do we get in touch with you?
My Gmail is ritvika.nandan@gmail.com.
And for all your other 16-year old entrepreneurs, every big idea starts out as a small idea, and there is a process. And our guest today at 16 years old has been doing this for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. So the process. And you have to remember collaboration is king. You can't do this on your own. And I'm sure there's big things to come. Right now, there's 4 or 5 color waves. It's designed in order to protect and locate females. It is not a tracking device. It's a device in order for someone to be rescued. And that's the reason why the name of the company is called Rescue Jewelry. And with that said, I appreciate those who have tuned in, that have listened to this story. I'm going to ask you, if for my business people on LinkedIn, to share this and spread the word. I'm going to ask for every 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18, or college student to use this as an example, is that everything that was once impossible became possible because someone believed in themselves and they wanted to make a difference. And Ritvika, you are something special. You are a gift to this world and you are making a difference. And I am honored to have this privilege to be the first person to interview you on your journey to success. And thank you for sharing your secrets.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And for our listeners, if you'd like to be on this podcast, talking with Kevin and Son, you can share this video and go and follow us on RMK Productions and network on our YouTube page. If you'd like to be a guest or you have a similar story of someone that we can share the story, go to info@rmkproductions.org. We would love to be able to share your story. And as my grandfather says, that when you get to a point in life that you can help someone else out, it is your duty to do so. Reach one, teach one. And Miss Nandan, thank you for your gift. And with that said, we'll fade to black and we're out. Thank you.